Oh, well, hello and welcome everybody. Randy Replay. Excuse me, Randy Replay. Back at it again. Minnesota Vikings football online, on air, and all across the SSN. For those of you that have not kept up, the re-signings this year, a lot of money was tied up in the cap in re-signing some returning players and some veterans. We're going to go over everything just so that everybody's all on the same page. 3 weeks ago, the team has re-signed Justin Jefferson, 5 years, $154 million deal. He's glad to be on this team, and we are glad to have JJ for another 5. TJ Hawkinson re-signed on a 4-year, $49.6 million deal. And then a couple weeks ago, the team has come to terms with Danielle Hunter on a 3-year, $69 million contract. And then just at the end of last week, the returning should be the NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Eric Hendricks, after missing a whole season with an injury, was gifted a 2-year, $19.4 million contract. He will be here until he is 33 and has been a staple in the middle of this defense forever. And in a weird move, the Minnesota Vikings have re-signed Jordan Hicks to a 2-year, $9.4 million contract. More on that in just a minute here. And like we normally do, we will check into the injury report for both of these teams. For Minnesota, Danielle Hunter out one more week with that torn labrum. And rookie Jaquelin Roy, he is not a captain. Don't let that big C in the middle of your screen fool you. After the knee cartilage tear suffered last week, he's got 3 more weeks left on his... 2 weeks ago, rather. Last week was the bye week. What the heck? 3 weeks left to go on that cartilage tear for it to be playable again. So as we mentioned, throughout this whole franchise, I feature Kevin O'Connell on the podcast here Fridays. We call it Skull Friday podcast. Feel free to look it up. He alluded to changes coming after the bye week for this Minnesota Vikings team, and that Eric Hendricks and Jordan Hicks re-signings were definitely telltales of that. The Minnesota Vikings have gone back and reverted to the 3-4 defense. So if we take a look at the Minnesota Vikings roster, it's going to look a little different. Defensively, Andre Carter now staples that left end. James Lynch has gone back to left end, his natural position. The right end, it's not going to be Xavier Thomas until Danielle Hunter comes back. Well, it was Jaquelin Roy. It looks like James Lynch will play that right end spot. Defensive tackle, we just have one now for Harrison Phillips. And then the linebackers here that are going to be on the field at the same time. Listen to this list. DJ Wanham, who has played progressively better throughout this franchise. Jordan Hicks and Eric Hendricks. And Brian Asamoah, who has really come into his own here as a rookie last season, finally getting called up to a starting role. The wide receiver spot looks a little bit different. We have Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and Jackson Smith in Jigba. You might be thinking, where's KJ Osborne? Well, when going into restructure and re-sign deals for the team, he denied everything and declined every offer that the Minnesota Vikings sent his way. So the Minnesota Vikings have shipped KJ Osborne and a 7th-round selection to Washington to reunite him with Kirk Cousins, and the team gets back 2 third-round picks for this year's draft. So now Minnesota Vikings without a number 1... there we go. A round 1 selection now have a 2 3s, a 4, a 6, and 4 7s coming into this year's NFL draft. That number 1 pick, of course, being part of the Cam Dantzler deal, who was traded this week for Tyson Campbell. So the Minnesota Vikings will send Cameron Dantzler to the Jaguars and a number 1 for Tyson Campbell, a year 2 scheme fit, 87 out of 100 overall. And then the Minnesota Vikings have I do believe traded for Patrick Peterson, once again letting go of Chris Harris Jr. So Patrick Peterson, welcome back to the Minnesota Vikings. He is a staple at that mentor spot and hopefully can help Trayvon Diggs stay here, as he's been a very, very pivotal part of this defense and is nearing 99 out of 100 rating by the NFL. So he's very, very important to keep. We're going to try and do that here this off season. So as we get you back to the main screen, it's Fan Appreciation Week. The Minnesota Vikings will be wearing all purple. There have been little events for the kids outside in the plaza. Prior to this game, there's raffle tickets, there's roaming vendors giving away free stuff. It is a party here, and we're about ready to get kicked off, rather. Minnesota Vikings welcoming in Bears. Kickoff. It's worth mentioning the bottom of the division, Bears, is next. The production crew starting the music a little bit too early, but that is okay. There he is, JJ. Apparently 0 catches and a whole lot of yards. Today, the defense, newly appointed 3-4, back to the 3-4, whatever you want to call it, defense, will have to stop Justin Fields and company here today. The Packers have lost this week to the Chiefs, and you get them next week, so it's all about how you play this one. Patrick Mahomes will welcome in his former team next week, and we'll see how he can do here today. But so far this season, so good. 62.9% completion percentage, just under 11 yards per attempt. And then, of course, Dalvin B. cooking. But the Chicago Bears defense coming in with 7 picks, allowing only 51% completion percentage and 11 QB sacks so far through 8 games. 7 played. Oh my heavens. Once again, Fan Appreciation Week. We'd like to thank everybody tuning in and showing out for these games here, because without them, without the fans, this team is nothing, and we have a full house here this afternoon. The fans have been patiently waiting, and Greg Joseph Kablooey will kick us away, and there will be another touchback. So out comes Justin Fields, the number 1 guy in the Windy City here. Ironically, where's number 1? We'll get his stats here for the season momentarily. 1,484 yards, 15 touchdowns, 3 picks. He is also 119 for 202, having a hell of a season. So for the Vikings defense, going back to the 3-4, we'll see what kind of growing pains we'll have. They've spent all week in practice, multiple sessions with this defense, back in the 3-4 after playing 7 games with the 4-3. So here we go. Andre Carter and company out there. Justin Fields, the near formation. Fullback is in the motion left to right to make it to far. It is a give to Montgomery, and Lewis Cine takes a bad angle, and that is how this game will start, with a long touchdown run. David Montgomery is 75 yards. Hey, appreciate it. What a good timing. 8 viewers. Hey, look, they actually work. We appreciate the raid. Erica, thank you. Welcome in, Raiders. Hello. And it's to make it 7-0 Bears. The snap spot kick is away, and it is good. Oh my heavens. So not the start you want to see here, but it's the start you get. How can you remedy it? We're going to find out. Tyler Bass, or Bass, however you want to call it. No treble. Puts it on the tee, kicks it away. Tyler Harrell takes it up to about the 20. That is where the Vikings will take over, with Patrick Mahomes coming out as well. We'll get his numbers here. 2,855 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 9 picks. One of the best ratios in the NFL. So Patrick Mahomes will wave Adam Thielen, man in motion right to left to form a stack with JJ. And the first play of the game will be a Dalvin Cook run. He just kind of falls ahead, no gainer. Oh boy. Not the start you want to have here for the Vikings, but as we just mentioned a little bit ago, it's the start you're going to get, so you got to make it work. TJ Hawkinson motions out slot right as a wide receiver. Mahomes from the gun gets the snap. Looks. Throws it incomplete. Hit as he throws. Hit as he throws. He was intended for Adam Thielen, who just came open late on that hook route. And it is 3rd and 10 for the Vikings. Tries to get him to jump. Not going to work. Mahomes. Quick throw. Sidearm to JJ. Breaks a tackle. Carries another for a couple yards, and he gets a first down. 22-yard first down for Minnesota. And my heavens. What a throw. Kind of little. What the heck is going on with the ball? He's using hacks out here. Is JJ giving the giving the officiating crew a run for their money. Either way, I formation. CJ Ham will motion out to the right. And we're going to try Dalvin again, who goes nowhere. So the number 1 running back in all of football coming into today's game. 2 rushes, -2 yards. Now, he had a similar start 2 weeks ago. And he's continuing that performance. This is a Dalvin Cook we're not used to seeing. Oh boy. So we'll follow that story throughout the game here. But my heavens. Mahomes under center. It's a play action. He throws it, and it is intercepted. Can't get it over the defender, and oh my heavens, Mahomes with his 10th pick of the year. And this will go by way of Eddie Jackson, I do believe. Just tried to float it over. Couldn't do it. Had Hawkinson or Thielen back there. Hard to tell which one he was going for, but my heavens. So you turn the ball over and you give it right back to this red hot Chicago Bears offense. My heavens. Minnesota in the 4-3 defense. Fields from the pistol. And it's a quarterback keeper. Oh my heavens. So the defensive changes? Not proven to be fruitful so far. Not proven to be very, very fruitful. 3-4 defense for the Vikings now. Fields under center. Montgomery in the single back. Fields flushed. Fields will run it again. And they'll get near first down yardage. And the Bears fans that traveled, I almost said fan, that wouldn't have been good. The Bears fans that have traveled here like what they see so far. Minnesota fans, not so much. Far formation for the Bears. It's a Montgomery run similar to the touchdown one, but it's Eric Kendricks on the tackle. He gets a first down. And that'll bring up first and goal here for the Bears. So from the 8, Chicago, the single back set. Gets the snap, looks, throws, and Trayvon Diggs he's 15 yards off Chase Claypool. Trayvon Diggs is out the back of the end zone. And Chase Claypool is wide open. Kevin O'Connell, my sentiments exactly. What the hell is going on here? This to make it 14-0, Tyler Bass. And, oh boy, Minnesota could be in trouble. Kick is away, it's good. Minnesota's rolling. Only took him one drive to do it, I guess. Mahomes stomps his right foot, waiting the shotgun snap. Gets it, gives it to Dalvin. Dalvin up the middle, first down, sheds a tackle. And TJ Hawkinson goes down holding the left side of his ribcage, immediately calling for sideline personnel help. And another injury for this team. And we'll give him claps. He's holding that rib cage. This is not good. TJ Hawkinson leaves the field of play Hopefully not going to be kept out for too long. Oh, boy. And my heavens, we cannot catch a break here in the injury department. Jelani Woods will come in relief for TJ Hawkinson. Mahomes from the gun, snap corral. Looking, throwing, caught JJ left side, spins out of a tackle, spins out of another one, tries to stay on his feet. He will for the first down. Mahomes with a late no huddle. Mahomes with a late no huddle from the gun, gets the snap, looking, throwing right side, caught Jelani Woods. Up to the 18 and, oh no. Abdominal tear for TJ. He will not be able to return for this game, so Jelani Woods will get extended play time here in this one. Mahomes from the gun. Snap is corralled. Looking, throwing, tipped. No flags. Kevin O'Connell wants a flag. He does believe there is a case for pass interference to JJ. We're going to take a look. There's a throw, inside coverage. No, nope, he just hit him in the back part of that forearm there. I mean, it was a close ball. JJ just turned his head a little bit too early. So kind of sold it right here. No flag opportunity in Minnesota. Now 3rd and 4. What do you do? So 3rd and 4, Mahomes from the gun. Snap corral, looking, throwing, caught in Jigba. He will get down inside the 5. They're going to mark him down at the 4, and Jackson Smith and Jigba in his first starting role, start of the season, he has 2 catches, and boy, oh boy, are they big ones. So Jackson Smith in Jigba getting some work here today with the traded away KJ Osborne. I formation for the Vikings. Mahomes throws, CJ Ham, touchdown Vikings. So CJ Ham, Ham-a-lama ding dong, will get into the end zone. There's the quick head tilt for Mahomes, throwing off that safety, and Trayvon Diggs looks determined. But it is CJ Ham scoring for Minnesota. 4 yards out on the play action pass, this to make it 14-7. Kick is away, it's good. 95 yards and a touchdown. My heavens. So here we go. Throws, intercepted. Eric Kendricks. There's a lot to unpack here. Gervin Dexter and Eric Kendricks will get the ball back, but Gervin Dexter triple teamed here. Almost got back there. Eric Kendricks forcing the quick throw. I mean, he didn't even have to move. And you can't play it any better than that. The throws, and it's picked off. Trayvon Diggs all over Chase Claypool. Justin Fields throws right side. Trayvon, we just talked about it, the best defender in NFL in terms of interceptions, nabs another right in the face of Claypool. And these, what the kids would call click-ons, are really coming into play here now today. So play work. The pick play for JJ, and Dalvin with a drop. So a 57-yard field goal attempt. Middle of the field. Greg Joseph kick. Ooh, sneaks into the left side. It's good. Whew. So Minnesota, after the pick, for all intents and purposes, will get 3 points here off this drive. And that'll be 14-10. So the 3-4 defense, maybe you've taken a couple drives to get in the swing of things, but Minnesota doing pretty good here. So at the end of one, it's still anybody's bowl game. I do believe Minnesota really needs to limit these turnovers. 14-10 at the end of one. Oh boy. Oh boy. Things have planned here. Mahomes under center. It's a play action. Looking, throwing, caught, dropped by Justin Jefferson. Oh, nowhere. And what is going on with these Bulls here today? Very rare drops by Dalvin and now JJ. Mahomes from under center gets the snap. Got a man left side, or so he thinks. He's good for one of these a game. It's JJ. Shoestrung tackle down to the 6. Oh no, there's the point. Right in front of the camera guys and the sound crew. My heavens. Good for one of these a game. JJ. Ooh, had to fully extend, but he brought it in. And then shoestrung tackle. You hate to see it, but there you go. We'll see what happens here because Minnesota. Patrick Mahomes and the proverbial. And Dalvin behind him in the single back. It's a give to Dalvin. Dalvin trying to find room. Not going to work. Second and goal now. Minnesota goes no huddle. Minnesota no huddle. Mahomes under center. Quick snap, quick throw, caught, touchdown, JJ, and we get a gritty against the Bears from the Windy City. So this quick slant route to JJ in the red zone, you've seen it many times this season, and JJ with another touchdown. And Patrick Mahomes now 2 touchdowns, 3 picks on the day. Greg Joseph will tack on the extra point. 17-14, 9-play, 99-yard drive. Today, 4-3 defense for the Vikings coming out to play. Press coverage across the board. Montgomery in the single back. Gets the snap. Fields flushed. Fields looking. And Eric Kendricks causing a fumble. Brian Asamoah returned it all the way. Yes, indeed. Waves goodbye. Touchdown defense. Eric Kendricks in a contract season gets the bag, and he provides the defense with a play. Boom. Oh, he may have been down. Hold on a minute. Randy Replay's early celebration might be all for naught. Of course, it is a scoring play. It will be. Nope, that ball was out before the booty was down. And Brian Asamoah, in his first starting role this season, produces a touchdown defensively by way of Eric Kendricks. And this to make it 24-14, 10-point lead. Minnesota Vikings on your Monsoon Air Mercy Rule scoreboard. It is good. Gotta wonder if the Mercy Rule will be put into effect. Of course, if you're leading by 100 points, the game will stop. And oh boy. So Minnesota pouring it on here in the second quarter. That first quarter was one to forget, and this second quarter is one to remember. So another touchback. Greg Joseph and the fans on Fan Appreciation Day are getting some great football here this afternoon. So Fields, after giving up the fumble for the 6, will be from the pistol. It's a turn, it's a give. And Jordan Hicks not able to bring down Montgomery. It's another fumble. Trayvon Diggs will pick it up. So another fumble forced. There was a slew of bodies. I don't know who forced it. I think that was Javon Holland, who's going to be credited with the big hit. And it went literally in between Trayvon's legs. And we'll see what they got playing here. Second and goal from the 1. Mahomes in the empty set. He will wave Jackson, Smith, and Jigba from right to left. And what a weird formation on the left side. Mahomes. It's a quarterback keeper. He goes in. Touchdown, Mahomes. And wiping... Oh my goodness. Wiping the dirt or the little rubber pellets off the jersey and then flexing. And what a quarterback keeper. Takes a hit and gets across. There's the hit right here. Bam. So another touchdown for Minnesota. I do believe that is 14 points in the last 3 plays. While pending the kick. This to make it 31-14. Kick is away. It's good. We'll see what they want to do here. Fields from the gun. Snap is corralled. Looking. Brought down. It is Gervin Dexter. The rookie's first career sack in the NFL is on a division rival. And he backs away from Fields. And Gervin Dexter, defensive tackle, will get his first sack in the NFL on this makeshift defensive line. which features 3 rookies in today's game. A gain of 17. Fields from the gun. Snap is corralled. Looking. Good pocket here. Throws it right before he's about to get hit, and it's dropped. Javon Holland had a pick, but he dropped it. Oh, no. Javon Holland, what are you doing? You look like Cam Danzler. Either way, here we go. Fields from the gun. The snap is corralled, and it is Eric Kendricks and Jalen Johnson to bring down David Montgomery. So another big play for Kendricks, limiting the damage here done by a really, really good running back. Oh my heavens. And the offense for the Vikings wants the fans to get into it. So far, so good. Here we go. Big down here. Fields from the gun, 3rd and 9. Montgomery to his left. Fields, snap corralled, looking. Fields flushed. Brought down DJ Wonham. Half sack. It'll be split, I do believe, with... Well, we'll try and get a name here. Andre Carter will apparently get a half sack, his first whole one of the year. And coming into today's game, he had a half sack, and now he's got a full one. Don't be weird. So now this to make it 31-17. Big field goal, and wow, he shanked it. Not even close. Right hash. Had to have been about a 56, 57 yarder. And it is no good right side. And that will give the ball back to this red-hot Minnesota Vikings offense now. A 28-yarder, dead center of the field, a chip shot. Oh, a snap spot kick is away, and it is good. So the kick is good. That will extend the lead. 34-14, a 20-point lead here. Going into the half where the Minnesota Vikings will get the ball on the other side of the break. Oh, Nelly. There's the touchback again. Things who are coming out here in their 4-3. Fields from the empty set. Snap is corralled. Looking. Flushed. Brought down James Lynch. And a timeout on the field by the Bears. Again, they're not going to give the Vikings the satisfaction of that replay. So with Danielle Hunter and Jaquelin Roy down, this defensive line is stepping up. It's makeshift, down 2 starters, and they're playing pretty damn good here today, if I must say so myself. There's the snap. Looking. Flush, throwing, wide open, back of the end zone, caught touchdown. My goodness. Foster Moreau with the catch. And Chicago makes it a little bit more interesting now, penning the kick, 34-21. Oh, what's up, Vicky? Hello. Hello. This to make it 34-21. Snap spot kick is away, and it is good. Inhibited on the route there, so we'll see what Minnesota wants to do here. 3rd and 1, 9 seconds left. It is a hawk up for JJ. Touchdown, Vikings! Oh my goodness! JJ on the burner route. We get another gritty against the Bears visiting from the Windy City. Wowzers! Mahomes from the other side of the 50 puts a dot for JJ. My heavens. And Minnesota will extend their lead right before the half. You call it pouring on. I call it taking care of a division rival. We're going to put them out of business here. This to make it 41-21, a 20-point lead. Again, it is good. My heavens. And you want to do this against your division rivals, especially the one at the bottom of the barrel. You want to make them feel like they can't come out of that hole. Greg Joseph to kick it away. 3 seconds left on the clock. Minnesota will get the ball back other side of the break once again. If you haven't been following, we do not do halftime stats anymore this year. Justin Fields will just take a knee, and this should bring us to the half. So no halftime stats, but we will get you everything Minnesota Vikings stats related. Mahomes is fired up here on Fan Appreciation Week. My goodness, they're going to make us call a play, aren't they? Okay, here we go. That is the half. And, oh boy. So in a very, very eventful second quarter, Minnesota pulls away with this one 41-21. And we still have another half of football. Minnesota on pace to score 82 in this game. Oh boy. Looking around the NFL, of course, we go to division rival Detroit. Okay. Apparently not kicked off yet. So the 0-6 Bucks will take on the 3-3 Lions. In Texas, the Cowboy. Okay, that game hasn't kicked off yet. Very nice. Are these all late? What? Chicago versus Chicago's playing us. What in the heck is going on here? Chicago versus Chicago. Nobody's winning in no time. You're just about as flabbergasted as I am, Bears. What? I have no words. Randy is speechless for the first time in his career. Holy moly. Snap is corralled. He's got a man left side, and you're going to make him burn for the previous play. It's JJ. We get another gritty on the Bears from the Windy City. Touch down. Justin Jefferson, 47-21. You call it running up the score. Hey, how about you call it putting two men on JJ? So that this doesn't have to happen. And of course, apparently now the Bears have Justin Jefferson on their team with purple. There's a lot of visual things about this game that is not really sitting well with Randy. Just to make it 48-21, snap spot kick his way. It is good. 37 yards on the ground for Montgomery. It is a quarterback keeper. My goodness, it is Fields. Lit up, fumble, get that! Inbounds, it's Javon Holland forcing a fumble, then getting his own. We do believe it will stand. We're taking another look. Bam! Gets. Ooh, that foot may have been out. It is for sure a fumble. Was it recovered cleanly in bounds? We don't know. That is what the officials are looking at right now. For the moment. And they're going to call it no fumble. They're going to call it no fumble, and they will gift the Bears a big gainer. So no fumble, not recovered in bounds. Trayvon Diggs on the tackle. Claypool, not Claypool. It'll be tight end on the catch and tackle there by Lewis Seen. And here we go. Fields, gun, give Montgomery. Room to run, and a touchdown for David Montgomery. Beep, boop, beep, boop. He does the robot in the end zone, and there you have it. So this to make it 28-48, 20-point game, still in the books as it's good. So Mahomes from the gun. Snap is corralled, looking. Got a man deep. Jackson Smith-Njigba right side. He will jump out of bounds at the 21, and Smith-Njigba. I mean, he's gonna. What is he doing? He's doing his version of the gritty? Jackson Smith-Njigba on the big catch. Now watch his version of the gritty. I don't know if they'll show it, but oh my goodness. I don't know what that was by Smith-Njigba, but either way. Can we say KJ Osborne who? Smith-Njigba in one game almost has as many catches as KJ Osborne had all season. Dalvin will shed a tackle as he runs left side. And Carl Lawson will go down, the problematic linebacker for the Bears. You hate to see it, but we'll give him some claps as he comes off the field. Oh boy. You hate to see that. Such a skilled player. coming off the field, and it'll be Dalvin Cook in the single back set as we try and reset for feelings. Oh boy. I mean, imagine being in Lawson's shoes. Your team is down late here, 20 points. This will bring up 3rd and 4. Dalvin front of 6. Just put yourself into that position. Oh my heavens. Not good. Either way, the show must go on. 3rd and 4. Mahomes from the gun. Snap corralled. Looking. Throwing. Tipped, almost intercepted on a dangerous throw, and that will trot out Greg Joseph for a 32-yarder dead center of the field. Just to make it 51-28. It is good. And Minnesota will score their average points this season, 51. Oh boy, I don't know. Fields chucks it up. Big play coming. Caught, dropped. Claypool will drop it. Oh my heavens. He had a step on both Javon Holland, I do believe, and Trayvon Diggs. All for naught, though, as the Bears will be forced to punt. Tyler Harrell will just fair catch it. 101-yard game. Dalvin Cook held to just 101 through 3 quarters. Mahomes from the empty set. Talking to the offensive line. The snap is corralled. Looking. Tossing it up for JJ. Caught! Touchdown Vikings! JJ with another one. 4th of the game. My goodness! And hats off to you, Justin Jefferson. You are destroying this secondary at every turn. And Mahomes from the 15. A 70-yard throw. My heavens. And JJ turning on the Jets. What in the hell did we just witness? Mahomes launched it from the 14-yard line. Can we follow the ball, please? Thank you. So launched from the 14, and JJ caught it near the 15. That is almost a 70-yard bomb. Oh, Nelly. So they go to it once. Doesn't work. They come right back. JJ, 4th touchdown of the contest, and Minnesota's just pouring it on now. But like we said, hey, Bears, how about you stop us? 58-28, 30-point lead. Minnesota in a statement victory against the division rival. I personally love it. What you're doing. Fields, gun, snap, corralled, looking, flushed. DJ Wonnum, his 2nd sack of the game. Okay, apparently it's his 1st. I don't know about that. Did they split it with Lynch? Either way, DJ Wonnum will get a sack. Andre Carter all over the ball. Can we talk about rookie Andre Carter? What a draft selection for the Vikings. As here we are now again. Fields under center. Montgomery in the back. Fields all day to throw here today. And Eric Kendricks, big hit, will go down as a sack for Kendricks. He waves goodbye to the Bears. Bear down, bear down, bear down, bear down, bear down, bear down. A good, good coverage down the field and a good pass rush here by Minnesota. Forces another punt. Arises 5th if my math is correct. The boot is away. Tyler Harrell back to return. Gets a good block, but he'll only bring it up to the 26, and it will. At the end of 3, you got a 30-point game. 58-28, Minnesota statement game on Fan Appreciation Day. Definitely wearing out the touchdown fireworks here. Finish off the receiving tight end there, and here we go. I don't know his name. We should probably learn that. 3rd and 1. Lewisine 6 tackle. Fields from the gun. Snap corralled. Looking. Throwing. Montgomery. Not enough for the first. 4th and inches from the 2. Wonnum high step. What do you got, Chicago? What are you going to do? You're going to ball up like a bear? Or are you going to play this thing like a grizzly? You gonna ball up like a teddy bear? Nope, they're gonna play this thing like a grizzly. That's what Randy likes to see. And so for Minnesota, what is the key here? What do you do? 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 Did I mention what do you do? We're gonna find out. Minnesota goal line defense this season, pretty good. Herbert in the backfield, no Ty Montgomery. It's a quick throw, caught. Big hit, but he holds on to Bears touchdown. Chase Claypool will get his second in the contest, if I'm not mistaken. This is to tack on the extra point. It is good. At the end of the game, you got to call that flag. You got to throw it. Either way, Fields from under center, gets the snap, throws middle. Minnesota in there, just prevent. Oh boy, okay. And not able to tackle all of a sudden are the Vikings, and there's a touchdown by Robbie Anderson. They will go for the 2-point conversion. Fields quick throw, caught, and 2-point conversion is good. So 58-43 now. Yards, Fields from the gun. Throws, caught, touchdown Claypool. Wow. Okay, so Chase Claypool will get another score. And this to make it 58-50. The snap spot kick is good. So now an 8-point game, 2:41 left. And the final knee is on. Minnesota will escape with an 8-point victory. Once again, in this quarter, it was a 30-point lead. 22 points given up. Well, 21, I should say. With 22 with... anyway, 3, 2, 1. It's not going to matter because the Vikings are 6-1. So there you have it. Oh, this game got a little interesting here in the fourth quarter. But either way, a win for the Vikings. We will get you into these stats. Randy Replay is just a little flabbergasted here. I get the allure of giving JJ possibly a 5th touchdown, but I mean, Minnesota, you could, you know, I'm going to save this conversation for the main screen. Let's get into these player stats and we'll get you out of here. Minnesota, victorious fan appreciation week, now climbs to 6-1 on the season. And after a heartbreaker on the other side of the bye week, Minnesota survives a nail biter. I almost said nail breaker. Patrick Mahomes, 104.8 QB rating. He was 29-45. That is 64% completion percentage for those of you that did not know how to do math or simply didn't look over here. 530 yards, 5 touchdowns, 31 touchdowns on the year, and then throws his 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th touchdowns. 8, 9, 10, and 11th touchdown on the season. So there you go. Pretty good. Still good enough for top 3 in the NFL in terms of touchdown to pick ratio, but you hate to see that at the end of the game. 33 carries for the former number 33, 151, and no touchdowns for Dalvin. He was held in check when it mattered most. Mo Ibrahim came in fourth quarter, 7 carries, 34 yards. Patrick Mahomes, 4 carries, -2 yards, and a touchdown. Now you might be saying, Randy, how is this possible? Well, the 3 kneel downs at the end of the game brought him beneath yardage. So I do believe, pending any weirdness, he is the first quarterback in the NFL with a touchdown and negative yardage. Somebody's going to have to fact check that. Adam Thielen, 1 for 18 on the pesky end around, and then JJ 1 for 6 on the pesky end around. In the receiving game, JJ 10 catches, 320 yards, 4 gritties against the Bears from the Windy City. Excuse me. Jackson Smith-Njigba in his first start in his NFL career, 8 catches, 113. So he had his coming out game here. With the departure of KJ Osborne, Jackson Smith-Njigba was thrown into a starting role, and he handled the pressure beautifully. And not to mention, he burned his corner almost every play. Dalvin Cook, 5 for 48. JJ, of course, did add a drop. Dalvin added a drop to the stat column. 3 catches, 36 yards for Adam Thielen. But don't get it twisted. They were all very, very meaningful catches. I mean, it's sad to say, but I think this is Adam Thielen's last season on the team. And he is still contributing at a high level, sans this game. Just not involved. Smith-Njigba got better looks, and Patrick Mahomes went to him more than Adam Thielen. That's not to bring anything away from Adam Thielen. It's giving young guys opportunities, and my goodness, did the rookie take control today. Colin Johnson, 1 catch, 3 yards. CJ Ham, 1 for 4. Jelani Woods, 1 for 6. No TJ Hawkinson. He was injured early in this one. We'll get his status when we get back to the main screen. Nobody cares about blocking. Going to go to defense, look at total tackles. And Javon Holland had 10. Eric Hendricks with 9. NFL Comeback Player of the Year, ? Lewis Seen with 8. Tyson Campbell, newly imported, cornerback for the Minnesota Vikings. 7 tackles in his debut, coming over by way of trade from Jacksonville. DJ Wanham with 7 as well. Trayvon Diggs with 6. Andre Carter and Jalen Johnson each with 5. So the rookie getting a good stat line here, thrusted into his starting position with Danielle Hunter down. Oh boy. Caleb Evans with 4. Jordan Hicks with 3. Tackles for loss, we had a ton here today. Andre Carter, the rookie, with 3. DJ Wanham with 3. Eric Hendricks, Comeback Player of the Year, ? with 2. James Lynch, Gervin Dexter, and Lewis Seen each with 1. Minnesota Vikings fan line wants the blocking stats. Do we give it to him? Who knows? I'm going to say no. Either way, a ton of sacks given up by the Bears offensive line. So Minnesota coming back to the 3-4 paid dividends in the pass rush game. James Lynch, Gervin Dexter, Andre Carter, DJ Wanham, Eric Hendricks, Comeback Player of the Year, ? With 1 sack each today. Oh boy. 2 picks for today from the Vikings defense. Eric Hendricks, Comeback Player of the Year. 1 pick, and Trayvon Diggs extends his pick streak to, I believe it was reset, but now it's at 3 games, if I'm not mistaken. Pass deflections, we had 2 by Javon Holland. What's up? Where's Twitch? Where is it? Whoa, Botrix, you're drunk. What the heck? Somebody banned Botrix. We don't say that name over here. All right, 3, 2, 1. Javon Holland having 2 pass deflections here today. 3 forced fumbles by Eric Hendricks, NFL Comeback Player of the Year. Javon Holland and Trayvon Diggs recovered by Brian Asamoah in his first start for the team. Javon Holland and Trayvon Diggs recovering respectively. No block kicks, no safeties, and 1 scoop and score by Brian Asamoah here today. Kicking game for Greg Joseph, or in this one, I should say. 3 for 3 on field goals, long as a 57, 7 for 7 on extra points. Ryan Wright, 6'3" punter, the big boy out of Tulane. 2 punts, 90 yards, netting 90, and both of them going out inside the 20. Kick returns for Tyler Harrell. Still no touchdown, but it looked good. 4 kick returns, 85 yards, longest of 23. Punt returns, 2 for 15, longest of 10. So the Minnesota Vikings will hold on. I can't believe I'm about to say this. They hold on to beat the Bears 58-50. At the start of the third quarter, you would have called me crazy. There was a 30-point lead, and then Minnesota just gave up defensively. They're playing this sit back, don't let anything behind you defense, and the Bears just went down the field. So up until the fourth quarter, this revamped 3-4 defense for the Vikings worked. Holding the Bears to 14 points. We should probably fact check our work. Okay, 14 points through 1.5 quarters, and then of course, as you see, holding them to 14 points in the second and the third, and then 22 points let by in the fourth, and then Minnesota not scoring anything, having that opportunity with JJ just get destructed. But they hold on. 22 points given up in the fourth quarter. Oof. No starters left, mind you. Either way, the preceding presentation was a presentation of the NFL on the SSN. Any rebroadcast, redistribution, or reusage of said broadcast is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of the NFL, the Minnesota Vikings, the SSN, or any of their or them's subsidiaries. Oh boy, you try to add something and it messes you up. This has been Randy Replay. Your Minnesota Vikings will climb to 6-1. Still top dog in the NFC North with the Packers losing and the Bears losing. Now up 2 games in the division. I will see you back at the main screen where we will preview the revenge game. 2 quarterbacks facing their former team in Patrick Mahomes and Anthony Richardson. I'll see you in just a minute. And hello and welcome back to the main screen. We have an injury to get to, and we'll find out how long TJ Hawkinson is out for with that torn abdominal muscle. And it's 4 weeks with an ab tear. Oh boy. So we do get Danielle Hunter back for the Chiefs game. That'll be much, much needed. TJ Hawkinson down 4 weeks. And then Jaquelin Roy out 3 more with that knee cartilage tear. So a couple tears happening for the Minnesota Vikings defense. Oh boy. And welcome back to the main screen. And just like Randy prophesied, the Minnesota Vikings have a 2-game lead in the NFC North. And we take on a familiar face. Anthony Richardson will bring his KC Red Ribbon Army to US Bank Stadium in the 4th out of 5 games that the Minnesota Vikings have at home here, split up, of course, by that bye week. So as top of the middle of the screen, we play the Chiefs at home. We play the Cowboys at home. We go to the Raiders. The 3rd Los Angeles game inside of 6 weeks for the Vikings. You might as well move out there, the LA Vikings, right? We're out there enough anyway. And then we welcome the Baltimore Ravens in at home. We face them in the preseason, the first game, albeit preseason, in their brand new stadium, and the SSN has since lost the footage. Couple technical difficulties. First chance to show Ravens Stadium off and to an audience, and for all intents and purposes, pending any weirdness, we lost it, but we welcome them into US Bank Stadium. They are a formidable foe, and that should be a barn burner. But today, the 4-4 Kansas City, not today, next week, the 4-4 Kansas City Chiefs, who have been on a absolute tear, winning 3 of their last 3, started out 1-4, but they put together a little win streak. We'll see if we can break it. We do have some weekly awards to give out. JJ on his 10-catch, 320-yard performance. You call it running up the score. We call it, hey, Bears, stop us. 4 touchdowns will net him the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Buda Baker with his 2 picks, 13 tackles, and 1 touchdown. We'll net him the NFC Defensive Player of the Week, so good job, Buddha. And the Greedy Gang taking over the Offensive Player of the Week. Jamar Chase in a similar stat line, 11 catches, 360, and 5 touchdowns. So the Greedy Gang getting it in this week. We'll net him the AFC Defensive Player of the Week. And then Byron Murphy Jr., 20 tackles, 1 sack, 3 picks, 1 6. We'll net him the AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Oh boy. We wish he was in the NFC. He's a good player, and he's just proven it week in week. Week in and week out, I should say. So as Randy prophesied, Minnesota 2-game lead in the division. You get a bit of a test here. In Kansas City, we'll see if you can ace it, or will you fall to 6-2. Either way, this has been Randy Replay. I will see you in the next one.